Now that's a smart thought. Why can't they make a sex bomb? That's what I want. Well, wouldn't that be a good way to go? Bam! Oh, what happened to Derek? I don't know, but he's been convulsing for 3 weeks. He's, this has been one heck of a sex bomb. I don't know. Make love, not war. That's my point. That's what I say. Huh? Who's with me? Make love? Huh? Easier said than done. Actually, I'm just celebrating my second wedding anniversary, February 2nd. Second wedding, thank you very much. I love it. It's kind of interesting, though, because most of my friends are single, so they say weird things. They try and be supportive, but they'll say things like, well, Derek, we're kind of glad you just got married, but I want to be able to have sex with whoever I want. Here's what they forget about that. They have to want to have sex with you, too. You see? Am I right? Even a prostitute has a right to refuse service. Trust me. No, I never go to a prostitute. Never. No. I think generally speaking, people who use those kinds of services have some mental issues. It's not because they're lonely or they're not getting any sex. Trust me, if that were the case, I would have been Heidi Fleiss's biggest customer. No, trust me. You're looking at a guy who once found an expired condom in his drawer. Yeah. No way to put a positive spin on that one, folks. Oh, I've grown so much during this period of celibacy. No, not at all. Yeah. And that's not like finding expired milk either, okay? Milk lasts for 4 weeks. A condom has 4 years on it. What's your excuse for 4 years? I'm too busy? No. Even surgeons are finding time to have sex. And it's a good thing, otherwise Grey's Anatomy would have no plot. The worst thing about it, though, it was a Trojan, so I felt like I was holding a dead warrior, you know? I know. This symbol of strength, masculinity, virility, wanting nothing else in this world, save for the opportunity to protect me in battle, and I let him die. If only I'd known some of those condoms were going to die when I bought them, I might have made a speech. You know? Well, men, you're all worthy soldiers, capable of defending your king. Of this I have no doubt. However, you have been born in a time of great peace. Those of you who are lucky enough to find battle, don't expect a long one. I love women, don't get me wrong. I just have a hard time meeting women. I'm not good at it, especially in a bar. I have no approach. My approach consists of making eye contact with a woman and then quickly looking away. Yeah. And I hate trying to meet women or pick up women on a dance floor. To me, that's the worst place, you know? Generally speaking, when a man hits the dance floor, he's at the end of his rope, right? He's become like a gyrating beast looking to rub his scent over every woman possible. It's like watching Animal Kingdom on the Discovery Channel. Observe the hopeful male in his attempt to attract the attention of a female. Notice how he thrusts his pelvis forward and points towards his groin. If a female is uninterested, she will form a protective dance circle with other females. I hate that. That wall of denial forming right in front of you. Oh my God. Rejection. Rejection. Boy, that won't lead you to drink. I don't know what will. Yeah. Of course, now people are turning to the internet to meet people, right? That's the big thing now. eHarmony, Lava Life. Who here's tried that by round of applause? Oh, just me, huh? Just the loser. All right, that's the way you're going to play? Okay, fine. Just me. Well, if any of you do, at some point try this method of meeting people, learn from my error, okay? And that is, don't try to be funny in an email communication, especially when that person doesn't know you, okay? Because you may think you're being funny, typing away at your computer. Hi, Sarah. Glad you liked my picture. I kind of thought it made me look like a serial killer. Look out, you're next. Send. don't do that. Not the same message on the other side. Yeah, I'm sure from Sarah's point of view that probably looked like, I'm a serial killer. Look out, I'm right behind you, or something like that. You know. Needless to say, I did not hear from Sarah again, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? I thought you liked my picture. And then you do that thing where you look at your sent emails, right, to see where the problem might have been, you know? It's like, okay, so you like my picture, serial killer? Look out, you're next. Oh my God. I forgot to use the wink mark. LOL, where were you? And I just bought some new condoms. But all that's behind me now because I'm married, and that's been good. I enjoy being married. It definitely changes you. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you stay exactly the same. We know, we get it. We're the ones that got to change. Fair enough, you know. Some people clapping, the rest just nodding their head. Yes, darn. You know. I've definitely gotten in touch with my homosexual side. Now, I know a lot of men refer to it as their feminine side. However, I always thought that sounded a little gay. And so I've gotten in touch with that side. And it's just my wife's fault, right? Because she's relentless. You know, she's always trying to get me to do gay things. She's always beating me down, you know. Derek, I want to put a mud mask on you. Can I put a mud mask on you? No. Maybe. What does it feel like? I got married. Next day I got manscaped. If anyone of you men don't know what that is, it is quite an experience. I used to have one eyebrow that ran right across my forehead. Yeah. See this clear patch of skin? That was all once undeveloped land. Yeah. It's scary. But I guess you have to change a bit. I mean, men and women are different. We've heard it before, right? Men want sex. Women want good sex. Yeah, I know. I was just as confused as all of you men. I was like, what? I thought this was good. It's sex. How can it not be good? You know? Apparently, there's some differences, you know, and which I never learned about in school. My sex education sucked. I'll be honest with you, women. Don't blame me. You know, sex education for me was a two-dimensional diagram of a vagina. I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at. Right? I thought it was a topographical map at first, you know? Well, if you look here, you'll notice the outer rings of the labia at about 2,000 feet elevation, and you're going to want to head up to Mount Clitoris at an elevation of 3,000 feet. Mm-hmm. And what were these things? It's like, what is that thing? What is that an alien skull? What am I've got to go in there. Do you remember that? Even you were probably scared. You're like, that's inside me? Oh my God, get it out! It's not my fault, people. You know? I'm not the only one with problems. I read an article. Women can back me up. I read an article here not too long ago. 95% of all women at some point in their life have faked an orgasm. Now, here's my response to that. Who are these women? And how do I get them to talk to my wife? You know? I would love for my wife to fake an orgasm, you know? Instead of fake orgasms, I get questions at the end of sex. You know? Like, what about my orgasm? Or where's my orgasm? And I'm like, well, if I knew what it looked like, maybe I could find it. You know? My wife's refusal to fake an orgasm has forced me to fake not having an orgasm. Do you know how hard that is? Well, sorry, honey, it's just not working. I'm working tonight. I got to go over here.